Welcome to back a BikeBeat. You're looking at the 2026 Kawasaki KX100, a small displacement motocross bike that continues to punch far above its weight. It's been a staple in Kawasaki's lineup for years, sitting perfectly between the 85 cubic centimeters class and the full-size 125s. For riders stepping up in size or adults who crave that crisp two-stroke feel in a compact package, this bike hits a sweet spot that few others manage to reach. At first glance, it looks just like its big brothers. The styling is sharp, aggressive, and unmistakably Kawasaki. The lime green plastics, angular body lines, and minimalist graphics give it that race-ready vibe even before you start it up. The ergonomics feel instantly natural, narrow between the knees, slim tank, firm seat, and handlebars that sit in a neutral position. Whether you're 13 and growing or an adult looking for a fun, lightweight ripper, the KX100 feels balanced and controllable. Underneath the bodywork is a 99 cubic centimeters liquid-cooled, two-stroke, single-cylinder engine with a power valve and a 6-speed gearbox. This setup gives the KX100 its signature personality, crisp throttle response, lively mid-range, and that unmistakable two-stroke scream when you hit the top of the rev range. It's the kind of engine that rewards precise throttle control and active riding. Output hovers around 22 to 24 horsepower, which doesn't sound like much on paper, but paired with a curb weight of roughly 77 kilograms, it delivers explosive performance. The power-to-weight ratio makes it feel alive under you, fast to rev, quick off the line, and endlessly fun through corners. The gearbox is light and positive, letting you click through the 6 speeds effortlessly. Gear spacing feels just right for motocross use, offering strong acceleration without running out of revs too soon. The clutch pull is light, ideal for smaller riders or those who like to feather it through tight sections. On the track, you can ride it hard and rev it out, or short shift and rely on that meaty mid-range to drive you forward. The KX100's two-stroke nature keeps things exciting. It demands rider input, but it rewards skill with pure exhilaration. Handling is where this bike really shines. The lightweight chassis makes it extremely agile and easy to control. You can throw it into corners, change direction on a dime, and correct midline with a flick of your body. It's the kind of bike that teaches you precision. The front end communicates everything: traction, bumps, braking loads, and the rear follows with confidence. The short wheelbase makes it playful, yet the frame geometry keeps it stable at speed. Whether you're railing berms, clearing tabletops, or threading through whoops, the KX100 stays composed. The suspension setup features an inverted front fork and Kawasaki's Unitrack rear linkage. Both ends are tuned for lightweight riders but hold up surprisingly well even under aggressive riding. The front fork resists bottoming yet stays compliant over chatter bumps, while the rear linkage offers good progression in traction when powering out of corners. For intermediate riders, it's a solid setup straight out of the box, with enough adjustability to fine-tune your ride. Braking performance matches the rest of the package. Up front, you get a hydraulic disc with a dual-piston caliper gripping a 220mm rotor, and at the back, a single-piston caliper with a 184mm disc. Together they provide strong, predictable stopping power. The lever feel is firm and easy to modulate, which is essential when you're pushing hard or scrubbing speed before a jump. It's a small bike, but the brakes feel like they belong on something bigger. Cooling is another area where Kawasaki has put in the work. The KX100 uses a generously sized radiator, about 50% larger than older generations, helping it maintain consistent performance during long motos or in hot weather. Even under hard riding, the engine stays steady, avoiding the heat fade that smaller two-strokes sometimes suffer from. Maintenance is simple and rider-friendly, air filter access is quick, the carburetor is easy to reach, and the engine layout makes regular servicing painless. Aesthetically, the 2026 model continues Kawasaki's modern design language. The lines are sleek and aggressive, matching the look of the KX250 and KX450. The seat height sits around 870mm, giving smaller riders a bit more reach than an 85 but not overwhelming them like a full-size bike. Ground clearance sits around 330mm, meaning there's plenty of room to handle rough terrain. The whole package looks cohesive, like a real race bike that just happens to be scaled slightly smaller. What makes the KX100 stand out in today's market is that it doesn't try to be anything else. It's not about tech or electronics. There's no traction control, no launch map, no ride modes. It's about the fundamentals: lightweight, responsive power, and razor-sharp handling. It's the kind of bike that forces you to become a better rider because it reacts to everything you do. It teaches throttle control, balance, and precision in a way that heavier, more forgiving bikes simply can't. The sound is another reason to love it. That high-pitched, raspy scream of the two-stroke is addictive. Every time you open the throttle, it comes alive, crisp, raw, and full of energy. There's something deeply satisfying about the way it revs freely, the way it surges when you hit the power band. It's a sound that reminds you of why people fell in love with motocross in the first place. As for price, Kawasaki hasn't officially listed the 2026 KX100 yet, but based on previous models and the current KX lineup, you can expect it to land somewhere between $4,000 and $6,500 in the US market. Depending on where you live, local taxes, freight, and dealer fees might push that a bit higher, but it remains one of the best value options for anyone who wants a true race bike feel without spending full-size money. Of course, no bike is perfect. The KX100's small size and power mean that larger or more advanced riders may outgrow it quickly. At very high speeds or on rough terrain, it can feel twitchy compared to heavier four-strokes. And like any two-stroke, it needs attention, proper jetting, regular top-end checks, and a bit of mechanical love. But that's part of the charm. It's a bike that rewards care and commitment. For the right rider, though, the KX100 is magic. It's fast, light, and pure. It teaches skill, builds confidence, and delivers a rush every time you ride it. Whether you're racing, training, or just ripping around for fun, it keeps you connected to the essence of motocross: throttle, clutch, balance, and flow. In a world where dirt bikes keep getting bigger, heavier, and more complicated, the KX100 is refreshingly simple. It's proof that sometimes less really is more. It might not have the electronics or raw horsepower of the big bikes, but what it offers is something even better: connection. The kind that makes you feel every bump, every slide, every gear shift. So if you're a rider looking for that in-between machine, or you just want a lightweight, no-nonsense two-stroke that delivers pure fun, the 2026 Kawasaki KX100 deserves your attention. It's not just a stepping stone, it's a serious machine with its own identity. And when you ride it, you'll realize why it's earned such a loyal following. That's the 2026 Kawasaki KX100, small displacement, big attitude, and pure Kawasaki energy. Thanks for watching BikeBeat. If you enjoyed this review, hit like, drop a comment with your thoughts, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the world of two wheels. Ride safe, stay fast, and keep that throttle pinned.